Hey guys, what's up? It's Aaron from Bosey Joe. I did a little tutorial on the Kilpatrick Audio Carbon, which I think is one of the best sequencers for syncing up live synths and making up beats and stuff on the fly. But I wanted to get a little more in depth with a song that I just sequenced on the Carbon. It's one of our Bosey Joe songs. It's from an EP we did last year for the RPM challenge to write and record an album in a month. And it's this song called Love in Your Eyes. But the song is in 5/4. So it's always been a bit of a tricky thing live. Because I've had this idea in my head for so long that everything we do I have to play in live exactly on the fly, and most of the stuff we do is in 4. So it works fine with all these sort of 16-step based sequencers, but so when I was trying to wrap my head around how we're going to pull off this song in 5/4 live in a way that feels true to the original, I had to get a little creative, right? But what I did is I did some sequencing with the Kilpatrick Audio Carbon, and then also my Moog Mother 32 is playing the same riff. So I'm going to walk through how I put the drum sequence together with the Carbon and how it plays together with the Mother 32, and we'll see how this song in 5/4 happens. All right, let's check it out. All right, cool. So we're over here at the workstation, and I'm going to kind of play the sequence for you so you can hear it, and then we'll break it down a little bit. I don't want to go through and redo it because I'm not sure if I can do it again. But so I got the drums turned down. So the Mother 32 is playing the main melodic sequence, which is in 5/4. I'm going to start it here. I'll tell you more about that in a second, but this is what it sounds like. So this sequence you're hearing is actually stored in the sequencer of the Mother 32. You can see it running here. So that's the main little melodic line for this song, right? And pause that for a second. Come over here to the Carbon, and you can see right here we got this drum sequence dialed in. So normally our sequencer on the Carbon looks like this. You can see down here it says length 64. So we actually have 64 steps. Or really we have 8 lines of 8 steps. That's what this little grid is showing us, right? But when I go over here to my 5th track, which I have set up on the Drumbrute, I decided I wanted to sequence it on the Kilpatrick rather than using the Drumbrute's internal sequencer, because the Kilpatrick can store BPM and a few other things, and if I want to sequence other parts, it's easier to have it stored here and then just have it send the MIDI notes to the Drumbrute rather than trying to remember which pattern I stored it on the Drumbrute and what tempo it's supposed to be and all that. So it's sequenced here. You can see the pattern. I played it in. I used the Juno, sending MIDI notes to the Kilpatrick to play in the drum sequence, this 5/4 sequence. So let's hear how the drums sort of sync up with the sequence from the Mother 32. I got to turn the drums up here. Their filter. I'm gonna open up the filter. Yeah. So that's our core sequence here. So you can see what I did is I took our total length down from 64 to 40, or 5 lines of 8 steps, right? Basically giving us this 5/4 pattern here that repeats. And it's really easy to do with the Kilpatrick Audio Carbon because you have this length knob here, and you can just adjust the overall length. See how I'm adding little squares or taking away? Yeah, And so I just get a 5-line sequence, gives me this groove in 5/4. And then here's the other thing. I have the Carbon sending a clock signal, the CV clock, to the Drumbrute. And then the Drumbrute sends the clock out to the Mother 32, which comes in on the tempo here. And so that's how everything gets all synced up for the clock. Not a MIDI clock, but a CV clock from the Carbon. So I can just kind of let that roll. Saw you there, sitting in your chair, a chair of bones. There was love in your eyes. Ooh, your turn this off. So I just let that sequence run, and for the chorus, when the chorus kicks in, I just open up the filter on the Mother 32. All the other trick I do for the chorus is over here on the Chaos pad. There's the Chaos pad, and I have this delay setting here that I tapped. This is a ping pong delay, so it's going to ping pong it back and forth in stereo. Alright, so here's the groove again, our basic line. So now let's add the delay. And I also have the Drumbrute going through the delay. Check it out. Get some rhythmic excitement. So for the chorus, just open up the filter on the Mother 32 and kick in the delay. There was love in your eyes, oh, in your eyes. That's it. So it's pretty easy to do with the Carbon, just to get this 5/4 sequence and have it run the sequence on the Mother 32, and everything's going along. I can play in the bass. I may add some more to this song, I'm not sure. This whole thing of sequencing songs ahead of time is kind of new to me. Because I was sort of set on, oh, we must improvise and create everything live. So, but I'm going to try it. I've been going through and recording some of or sequencing some of our songs with the Carbon, and I figure I can play in other stuff or adjust the sounds, or we'll find ways to make it interesting. All right, well, thanks for watching. Tune in next week. We're doing a new video every week. Make sure you subscribe. Leave me something in the comments that you want to see or any questions that you have. I'm happy to explain more about this stuff. This is what I love. Do what you love. See you soon. Bye.